Welcome to Wednesday's Words of Wisdom from the farm. And as you can see, I'm up on the beams. Yeah, my sister and I, we used to run across these beams. It's a long ways up. If you don't think it's such a long ways up, just shine right down this shaft. Yeah, I had a buddy that jumped down there. The board broke and he went right to the barn floor. This barn is 50 feet tall. It's a long ways up. You know, I'll never forget when I had a young man and he was helping me shovel manure out here just to my right. And we were shoveling it by hand and pitching it out on the manure pile. And we had this plank. The runoff from the barnyard had built up and it was a soup hole. So basically it was a brown and yellow soupy mess full of bacteria. We put a plank across it, and as we got tired of throwing, I started to run across the plank and whip it on the manure pile. And this young man thought, I'm going to try that too. And as he ran across the plank, all of a sudden he lost his focus. And he turned his head to me and he said, "Look, Tim, I'm walking the plank." He no sooner got the word plank out of his mouth when his feet went right out from underneath him and he went butt first into this liquid soup. And just his shoulders and his head was sticking up. So I ran out to pull him up. And as I pulled him up, he got excited and he ran the other direction. And he went right in over his kneecaps in soup. His boots were buried. I had to pull him out in his sock feet. You know, my dad before that leaned over the gate and said, "Man, it's going to be awful hard sleeping, standing up." And he almost cried. He was pretty upset. I got him out. We had to hose each other off. But the moral of that story is simply this. Sometimes life is like a balancing act. Sometimes we have too many things. I've heard so many people say going into this year that their busy lives, now that their kids are home, it just puts a monkey wrench in everything. They're just overly busy. I think we're a culture that we strive to be busy. In fact, many times we brag about how busy we are, and that balancing act, we're not doing it. Kind of like that plank. We take our eyes or our focus off of what it should really be on. I want to read for you. It says here in Colossians 3:15, it says, "Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts." That peace. Not plugging it with everything that can get us as busy and off focus. And then over in Isaiah 40:31, it says, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint." I want to be like that, soaring like wings of eagles. I think that I myself have at times put so many things in my life and got so busy that I lost my focus and I found myself in a real soupy mess, not accomplishing what God called me to do. You know what? It's a new year. This is 2022. And you know what? There's goals that we have ahead. But let's bounce and let the peace of God rule us. Let us rest upon Him and seek Him on what we should allow in our lives. Not get caught up in that rat race trying to prove how busy we are and how much we do. And that's been Wednesday's Words of Wisdom from the farm. Take care. God bless.